Hello, we are Team Modular Builders. Our team consists of Anna, Jesni, Parvati, Sanjana, and Vaikunth. We are here presenting the project management plan of Millennium Train projects. Our objective is the fast delivery of quality project. Hence, we have adapted the modular construction of the train, which brings us to the first stage, which is risk management. Risks can happen due to uncertainties in the project. We have identified risks in the design, delivery, and handover stages, and risk matrix is used to assess these risks. Since this is a modular construction, the major risks are associated due to the management of stakeholder technical errors and the fast-paced assembly process. So in the design phase, unclear specification of standards which can lead to failure of the project due to the malfunctioning of the train, which can be mitigated by following the standards strictly and using approved guidelines. In the delivery phase, untrained laborers and staff can lead to defects in the assembly and stakeholder disapprovals, which can be mitigated by training laborers before the commencement of activities and employing experienced workforce. Insufficient stakeholder management can be mitigated by clear explanation of the schedule and updated deliverables and keeping track of the timeline. In the handover phase, the final transportation of the train to the nearest station could be a problem. Hence, booking of the schedule to transport by tracks are required to be done early.
The next one is project scheduling. Scheduling is a process of identifying and preparing the sequence of tasks involved in a project so that proper inspection and continuity work can be ensured. The Gantt chart is an important part in scheduling. It is a detailed representation of the schedule, including the required time period for each stages, and elucidates the relationship between each activities. Accordingly, the important step in this project is the detailed review of the design of the train in the pre-construction phase that can create impact in the following activities, since all the tasks are interrelated. The next one is work breakdown structure, in which the entire task is subdivided in small activities that makes each task easy to manage. In this project, the overall project is divided into 4 phases. Then coming to the assumptions. These are some of the assumptions considered for the project. Based on this, the working schedule is assumed to be 8 hours a day and 5 days a week. A contingency of additional 30 days is considered for the project. We have assumed that the facility has enough capacity to accommodate 12 assembly points to do simultaneous manufacture of the train. The next one is schedule risk identification. The possible risks associated with each stages are already identified in the risk management section. Accordingly, these are some of the scheduling risks. To mitigate the delay in project, our team is planning to conduct monthly meetings and regular review of the schedule. Moreover, additional manufacturers and vendors are also considered to avoid any lack of enough quantity of raw materials.
Next is the work health and safety issues arising in a construction. The first one is hazardous manual task. Manual task that requires a person to lift, push or pull, etc. Control measures are provided mechanically, redesign the work environment, slips or trips, injury which occurs in slippery surface, etc. Control measures are wearing safety jackets, designing non-slippery floors and PPE. Next one is chemical hazard. A set of inherent properties of substances, mixture, articles or process that may cause adverse effect on organisms or environment. Control measures are correct labeling and pipework, maintaining a register, and provision of health maintenance. The next one is associated environmental consideration that impact design or construction. The first one is a noise and lighting control standard. Here, a set of strategies to reduce the noise pollution, minimizing noise generation, regular maintenance, scheduling of noise activity. The next one is waste control standard, various schemes to manage and dispose waste, minimizing waste generation, reduce, reuse, and recycle, separate or recycle waste and minerals, adhere to regulatory requirements.
On looking over the Millennium site management plan for the Millennium Train project, the main focus of the site management plan is to focus on the day-to-day operation in a site or in a work area. In a site management plan, the plan is to have a periodic consultation with the stakeholders for the supply of materials and checking on the employees for the qualification and the trainings and also checking on the employees on having work health and safety induction programs for the employees, and following the safety requirements in the site, and having an emergency medical aids in the site in emergency situations, and considering the security of the site for the materials in the site. We have considered some assumptions in the site management plan. Those are constraints like site design, technical, economical, and time are followed to complete the project on time. Stakeholder management is dealing with the internal and the external stakeholders such as legal concerned parties and the material suppliers. And also WHS procedures have been followed in the site. On looking over the cost considerations, we have considered cost for the labors, raw materials, site preliminaries, and for the design. These are the breakouts of the total cost for the project, which are raw materials, plant hires, site preliminaries, detailed design, and for the labor. And total cost of this project is 110 million.
In this section, we'll be discussing about the measures that we have taken to monitor and control the project. The team will monitor and control the project delivery by incorporating some of the following strategies. The meetings will be conducted, scheduled, reviewed, and cost-based and managed. The construction will be monitored such that it remains within scope. Any changes made to the above factors will be added after analyzing the impact and undertaking proper control measures. Some of the progress control measures are identifying and removing the bottlenecks that impede project progress, fast tracking critical activities, and minimizing rework. Some of the key performance indicators include the knowledgeable resources, equipment and machine availability on site and will be monitored. For risk, the efficiency and effectiveness of the mitigation strategy will be measured. For quality, the materials tested will be measured. For time and cost, the actual versus planned cost and duration will be monitored. For schedule and cost baseline, the project is estimated to be completed in 275 days with an overall budget of 112 million Australian dollars approximately. The actual schedule and cost is compared with these baselines, and if it exceeds, the proper control measures will be taken and the appropriate stakeholders will be notified. Some of the important quality control and assurance measures that we have taken are conducting quality management reviews. Field inspection is conducted by the supervisors. Lessons learned previously will be applied, etc.
The next is handing over and commissioning. Here, handing over is a process generally is hard, and benefits and deliverable must be identified. The milestone at this stage are successful completion of operation and running test, approval of client, financial settlement, successful transportation, documentation, etc. And the commissioning checks, whether the all equipments are designed, installed, or test are checked. Signal problems in the train, approval of material conformance before implementations. Thank you.